Hi, I'm Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the full yoga practice. This week, we're working with the theme of beauty. And I mean beauty from the inside out, not necessarily the shape of a yoga pose, but the feeling within it. By using breath, bandhas, and focus, we'll explore how inner awareness brings grace and depth to our movement. We'll also be focusing on the side body, an often overlooked area that supports the spine, expands the breath, and enhances every posture. I also practice with a set of yoga blocks and a little towel, but you could use a yoga belt or no props at all. Let's take a moment now to get centered, and I'll meet you on the mat. Let's start the practice by bowing in and closing the eyes, and just focus on the breath for a moment. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, let the breath out. And we'll make our way over to all fours, where we're going to open up the spine a bit. So coming on to all fours, I want you to really focus on exhaling and rounding the back. So you're pulling the belly way in, and the shoulder blades are spreading wide apart here. And let's try something here. Shrug the shoulders up for a moment, and then exhale, shrug the shoulders down. Just notice how that feels. And now inhale, come forward and arch the back. So now we're working the back body, opening the front body. Shrug the shoulders up. Notice how that feels. And then shrug the shoulders down and notice how that feels. And then from here, just come to neutral. And let's make our way to downward facing dog. And breathe here. You can adjust. Let's take a moment, bend the knees, get the spine really long here. So by bending the knees, you can get the chest a little closer to the legs, and then slowly maybe try to straighten out a bit. And then I want you to shrug the shoulders up, but roll them away from your ears, and then shrug them down. So we're shortening the side body and working it when we shrug down. Feel what it feels like then to shrug up. We're getting more length. And roll the shoulders away from your ears, and now focus on your breath. Inhale. And exhale, keeping the belly lifted. Let's make our way up to the front. Inhale, breathing all the way up. I'm really pushing down, and I'm actually shrugging the shoulders up here. Coming all the way up, and then fold in. Let's go ahead, inhale, lengthen, reach the arms out, and rising, reach up, and exhale, hands down. Inhale here. Notice how you're standing. Pubic bone and belly button on the same plane. We find a nice Samasthiti. And then inhale, reach the arms up, elevate your shoulders, and roll them away from your ears, and then try shrugging down. Just notice that feeling, and then shrug up. And let's take a side bend. So we're just going to go over to the right, and you'll feel this nice long stretch in the side body here. That's your side body. Inhale, lift up. Elevate, roll your shoulders away from your ears, and take another side bend to the left. It's okay if your hips go to the right. So feel from your pinky finger on your right side all the way down to your baby toe. And then reach up and exhale. Let's fold for Surya Namaskara A. Taking the hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go ahead and take it back to a plank. Hold the plank. Really strong plank here, so we're not collapsed. The butt's not sticking out. Try to take your tail under a bit. And then from here, I'm taking it down to my knees so I can maintain that. Let's start to lower, drawing the shoulders down as you do that. Rise up, and then we're going to come through to upward facing dog. Pause. Try a shrug up here, and then a shrug down. It feels nice when you shrug down and open the sternum. And then we'll take it back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Notice, are you reaching through your shoulders? Can you really get a shrug up and open the shoulders? And nice long side body, breathing, inhale and exhale. That's the beauty in the pose, just finding where can you get the most life out of it. And let's make our way up, pressing down, making our way up, and then folding. Inhale, lengthen, reaching the arms, and rising all the way up, and exhale. Surya Namaskar B. I'm going to use the blocks here. They just give me a bit of height. So we're going to bend the knees, reach the arms up for Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go ahead and take it back. I'm going to lightly hop back this time, lifting back, and then again we lower, shoulders down, and rise. And then we come through, upward facing dog, tail is under, gazing down the nose, and exhale. Now we're going to step the right foot forward for a lunge and start to rise up. Keep your drishti or your gaze down a little. Let's bend the back knee to get a nice hip flexor stretch on the left side. We'll start in angel arms because now we're contracting the back. The shoulders are shrugged down. Now as we start to straighten the back leg, we start to reach the arms. We shrug up. You can try shrugging down and then shrug up again. Notice how that feels. Lift up, move with breath. Find the beauty in the pose. Breathing. Inhale, rise up. Reach forward. You can elevate those shoulders there and take the hands down. Let's go ahead and lower. Shoulders are down now. And rise. And coming through. You want to really push those shoulders down and wide here. And then downward facing dog. Let's step the left foot forward. Rising up into a lunge. Find your gaze point a little down. Bend the back knee. And just notice that stretch on the hip flexors on the right side. And then angel arms, what they do is they contract the back muscles. So the shoulders are shrugged down here. Start to straighten the back leg. Start to reach your arms. Shrug up. Try shrugging down. Just notice how that feels. And then shrug up, reach. You feel the stretch when you do that. Breathe. The full beauty of the pose. Inhale. So expressive as you reach. And then we'll step back. Keeping that nice strong plank, lowering, shoulders are down, rising and coming through. Big breath in, shoulders down and wide. And exhale, downward facing dog. Notice your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathing into the rib cage, keeping the belly lifted. Keeping that side body long, so elevate your shoulders. Notice what that feels like. And one more breath. And then you can find a gaze point. If you want to, you could lightly hop up, or you could lightly walk up and fold. Bending the knees, reaching the arms, and come to stand. One more. Bending the knees, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go ahead and take it back lightly. And then we'll lower. Shoulders are down. Rise up. Coming through. Shoulders are down and widening. Open the sternum. Downward facing dog. Let's step the right foot forward for warrior one so the back foot comes down. And we start to rise up, turning the ribs forward. Rise up. Reach. 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 You can elevate your shoulders and reach, roll them away from your ears. Just notice that. Breathe, breathe. Take it somewhere beautiful. Rise up and reach. Take the hands down, stepping back and lowering and rising and coming through. Inhale, lift the sternum and exhale. Let's step the left foot forward and then the right foot comes down. Turn your right ribs forward, reach the arms. Let the shoulders elevate, externally rotate, and go back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, rise up. Reach forward, take the hands down, step back, and let's go ahead and lower. And rise, and coming through, lift the sternum here, and downward facing dog. And breathe here. Inhale. Feel that side body long. You're reaching. You can play around with shrugging down and shrugging up. It feels kind of like a massage in the shoulders. Breathing. One more breath. And then find your gaze point. You're going to push down and lift up. Fold. Bend the knees. Reach the arms. And come to stand. Let's take the feet hip width. And then inhale here, right at your hip sockets. Feel a nice fold forward. Try to really straighten your legs. Engage the front of the legs so the back really stretches. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, fold. And once you're here, play around with this. Shrug up. What does that feel like? Can you get closer? And then shrug down and pull from your back muscles. Try that again. Shrug up. And then if you shrug down, you can really get into the back muscles, like the lats, and maybe pull yourself closer. And then inhale, lengthen. As we rise up, you want to draw the shoulders down, reach up, and then everything comes together for Samasthiti, standing still and straight. And now let's go ahead and set up for some standing postures. I like to set the blocks, one in the front and one in the back. And then we'll go ahead and step out. We're going to come into Warrior Two. So turn the left foot in and the right foot out. The arms are reaching and the back is working now. The back muscles are contracting. Get this nice openness here as you breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the inner thigh stretch in that front leg as you open. Now we'll come into Parsvakonasana, which is a side body stretch. It's a side angle. So as you come into the pose, you could stop here. You could have your hand here. Or if you're using a block, whatever level feels good in your body. And we're going to start to turn the right ribs. Now we're going to reach this left arm. Now shrug up and roll the shoulder away from your ear. Try shrugging down. Feel that. The back contracts and then you can reach again. Feels nice. That side body from the left pinky finger to the left baby toe. Now reach up. This is Trikonasana. As we straighten the front leg, roll that left shoulder open and the right shoulder. Now we're going to reach so we get side body. So as you reach, now elevate the shoulder. Now try to take the shoulder down and depress. Now elevate again and reach. Now you're going to really feel obliques as you do this. So the right obliques are working and rise up. And that's side body too. And we'll pivot. Right foot in, left foot out. Feel a nice opening. So the upper back the back muscles are really working here to open you up. And then from here, pause. Feel the front knee opening. And we'll come into Utthita Parsvakonasana, side angle. So you could keep your forearm here, or you could use the block. And open that right shoulder. And right now, the shoulders are depressing. They're not elevating. But as we start to reach, you feel the elevation. And then see if you can depress and then reach. And maybe you want to take your gaze to the hand here. And then let's reach up, getting the most out of every pose. We move in. Now let's roll the shoulders away from the ears, externally rotate. And then from here, we're going to reach. So we get side body. Elevate. What does it feel like to then depress and elevate again? And then both hands, you feel a lot of obliques working here and stretching here and rise up. And then from here, let's go ahead and come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So have your feet parallel to spread out forward bend. We come forward. Let's really reach the arms here and reach and see if you can elevate and then depress. Notice what that feels like. Elevate, depress. And then elevate, reach. The shoulders are rolling away from your ears. And then inhale, rise up. You could always put your head on a block for the second part, or for that one too, as we grab the big toes and pull the head down. But you may not need it. And here, let's try that same thing. What happens when you elevate here? And then externally rotate, depress. Elevate. Now depress and use your back muscles to pull deeper. And now inhale, lengthen, and rise. And then we're going to take a turn to the right. And let's go ahead and reach the arms up. Both hips are facing forward. And we're going to start to come forward for Parshvottanasana. So elevate, externally rotate as you reach. So we're getting that side body long as we reach. And then we'll take the hands down. Maybe you want to use a block here and really reach. Try really elevating and then depress and then elevate, hold. Maybe you want to drop your head down. Try to straighten that front leg. You should be feeling good hamstrings. And then inhale, lengthen. Keep your spine really long here. I'm going to move the block to the outside of the front foot. Put my left hand on for Parivrtta Trikonasana. So this is a nice twist in that rib cage, in the obliques. Breathe, inhale. Roll the right shoulder open. Exhale. And then inhale, rising up. Feels nice and strong in the legs. It's a good balance pose. Pivoting. Inhale, reach the arms up. Externally rotate, elevate, and start to come forward. Reaching. You could take your hands on your block if you needed to, and let's elevate, and then depress. Elevate, and see if you can hold that as you take your head down. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. We move the block to the outside of the left foot and put the right hand on for Parivrtta. Try to keep your spine long and turn from the rib cage, really pulling that left hip back. Roll the left shoulder open. Inhale, move with your breath. Exhale. One more breath. And then inhale, rising all the way up. And we take a big step up to the front. Samasatihi. And then I'm going to move the blocks out of the way. And we'll come to a tree pose variation, Vrikshasana. So feel free to use the wall as a backup or as a confidence builder as we let the right leg come up. Feel the energy in the left leg. And then turn out. And it's turning out from the hip. And then take your hands in prayer position and find a drishti or your gaze point a little down and just pause here. Now, as we take this into a full expression, I want you to really reach the arms. Reach the arms. Now elevate and externally rotate. Now shrug down. Now elevate and really go somewhere beautiful. You can always hold on. See if you can really find side body, expression, beauty. This is the beauty in the pose. And then inhale, coming back. Find that drishti and everything comes down. And we'll go to the other side. So letting the left leg come up, really root through the right leg, feeling that energy, and then we open out from the hip. We start with the drishti down and go inward. And then as we start to get more expressive in this pose, reach up, get that side body really long, shrug up, shrug down, shrug up, and then breathe and go somewhere beautiful. Lift up to go back, up to go back, up to go back, up to go back. And now we come back to the floor drishti or the little bit down drishti and bring everything in. So we'll come back now to Samasatihi. We're going to work our way down to the floor. So inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go ahead, just take it back to a down dog. Reach, really see if you can get that length here. Shrug up, roll the shoulders away from your ears. And then we'll make our way up and we'll come to seated. So crossing, try not to use your hands very much, right? And coming down, but do the best you can for your body. And then pause in a moment for Dandasana, just sitting up, staff pose. Even if you have to bend your knees a little bit or sit up on a block, just notice, can you find this nice, straight, long spine, neutral spine. And then we're going to pull the right knee in for Akrana Dhanurasana, the bow and arrow, or Akrana is by the ear. So you pull back. So this is hip flexion. We're pulling back and the back is rounding a little. So we're really trying to deepen this hip crease. And then bring the leg across. So now we're opening the outer hip. See if you can feel that. You could stay here, or you could come here and try and sit up and open the knee. You could stay here and try to get your back really lengthened. Some of you might be able to come here. Maybe you're up here, but you want to sit up tall. Maybe your knee comes down. So we just play around with that. Whatever is working in your body. But we're all going to meet here. And then from here, we're going to come into Janu Shirsasana. So let the right foot come in and sit up tall. And then we're going to take a twist to the right. So you feel the obliques bringing you around. You can walk this right hand behind you a little and lift up and turn. And now we're going to come into a side bend. So gently take the left elbow down. You could even put it on a block. And then reach your right arm up. And then we're going to reach over for side body. And you could also be here, or here's this variation. You could use a belt or a towel. And now shrug up with this right shoulder and then shrug down and then see if you can turn more. Just notice how that feels. And then inhale, come around. And now we're going to go into Janu Shirsasana. So if your hamstrings were tight, you could use the towel again. You could bend the knee if you needed to. Keep the low back engaged and then pull forward. Now, this time, I want you to feel what it feels like to shrug up on that right shoulder and pull. Shrug down for a moment and then shrug up and try and pull. So you're getting a nice stretch all across this whole QL section of that right side. If you can grab a wrist, you're pulling your right wrist, or you're just really pulling that right hand forward. And then inhale, lengthen, and rise up. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to bend the left knee for this deep hip flexion. Pranadhanurasana, pull in. The back is rounded here. I'm just trying to go for some deep hip flexion here. And then bringing the leg across and trying your best. Do the best you can to sit up. Really pull in. And then you could come here and really sitting up, trying to open the knee. You should feel external hip rotation here. It's a nice stretch in that outer hip. And then some of you stay there, or some of you can come here. If your knee's up, that's okay, as long as you're not rounded back. You want to try and open that knee though. Some of you can come forward. But wherever you are, we'll go ahead and meet here. And then we'll come into Janu Shirsasana variations. So starting with the twist, inhale, lift up, exhale, turning, and then we're going to come to the right elbow. Some of you might want to use a block if you have a hard time getting to the floor. Reach that left arm up, and then from here, if you're here, this is great. You can reach this arm over. Some of you can grab here, or this is always a nice modification. And you're trying to turn. Now shrug up, shrug down, and turn. And breathe, and notice that side body. And then from here, we're coming around, and we're going to go to Janu Shirsasana. So if your hamstrings were tight, your back was rounded, you could start with the bent knee, and then straighten and really pull this whole left side. So some of you can go here, and then shrug up, shrug down, and then shrug up, hold. But really roll that shoulder away from your ear and breathe. And it's really nice side body all the way down. And then we'll come to Dandasana. And then from here, we're going to make our way over to our knees. So we'll go ahead and cross and just come up onto the knees. You could use your blocks here for a little bit of height for your lunge. You could also use a little towel or a blanket for your knee if you need it, but you might not need it. Just be a little forward of the kneecap always. And then we'll step the right foot forward. And I just want you to lunge forward for a moment and really try and tuck this left butt under so you feel that stretch in the hip flexors here. And then from here, let's reach the left arm up and take a side bend to the right. So here's some nice side body. Shrug up, shrug down, and then shrug up, hold. Feel that nice stretch in that side body, and then rise up. Now we'll come into Anjaneyasana. So to start, Let's contract the back muscles and shrug down, keeping the tail under on that left side. Start to come forward. And then as you bend, you start to reach. Now elevate and then depress. See what that feels like. Shrug up and shrug down. And then shrug up, hold. Breathe. Go somewhere beautiful. Just breathe. And rise. And you might find that by shrugging down every once in a while, you relieve some unnecessary tension in the neck. You might find that. So we're switching sides. Make sure you're a little forward of the kneecap. Lunge forward. Really tucking that right butt under. Reaching the right arm up. Side bend. Feel all that length on that whole right side. Shrug up. Shrug down. Shrug up, hold. And then inhale, rise up. And now we're coming into Anjaneyasana. So angel arms, feel the back working here. And then open the front as you go down. And then start to reach the arms. Now the shoulders start to elevate. As you reach, now shrug down, shrug up, shrug down, shrug up and reach. Breathe, inhale, exhale, find the beauty. Inhale, exhale, one more. Exhale, inhale, rise up. And we'll come to seated. So, finding the beauty in every pose. Let's find that in Paschimottanasana. So with the side body, everything nice and open, let's see if we can come in real deep into Paschimottanasana. So if your hamstrings are tight, you could use your little prop, bend the knees, get the back extended, right, really engaged. And then from there, try to straighten your legs and reach from that side body. Some of you might be able to grab your feet. Some of you, if you're a little bit more open, might be able to use a block and get even more length. So wherever you are, stay there and shrug up, shrug down, shrug up, shrug down. And with a shrug down, you might be able to pull in a little bit more. Just notice that. Breathe. Breathe, really trying to straighten those legs. And then inhale, lengthen. And wherever you're at, we'll come all the way up. And then we're going to make our way down to the floor. So inhale here. Actually, let's lie over some blocks and get a little bit more length here. So I'm going to put one under my shoulder blades, so right at the bottom edge of my shoulder blades. So my sternum is opposite that, right? It's supporting that place. And then the other one for my head. And then we're going to bend the knees. And let's go ahead and reach the arms. And then from here, shrug up, shrug down, shrug up, shrug down. And then for me, I'm going to shrug up because it feels really good. And I'm feeling the back bend in here. I'm feeling the sternum lift and not too much in my shoulders. Just notice where that is for you. And then let's go ahead and open the knees for Baddha Konasana. If you wanted to now, you could take your arms out to the side. But I'm going to stay here because I love the side body length. And breathe. You could even close your eyes if you wanted to. Feel that long side body. And then slowly letting everything come in. Reaching up. A nice curl up, pull the belly in. And I'm going to put the blocks to the side. And we'll come all the way down. Let's release with an articulating bridge. Should feel nice. Curl the pelvis, feel the back of the legs work, the hamstrings, the butt lifting way up, the front opens. Let's reach the arms, elevate. Shrug down, shrug up and stay. Now you could lift the heels to get more height. And then we slowly feel that side body really long, slowly curl down. Curl down. And at the bottom, we slowly let the arms come down. And then we'll just elevate the legs. You could be on a block if you wanted to. You could just stay here. It could be against a wall. Some of you, it's in your practice to come to Halasana. But just make sure your neck is long. No tension in your neck. Some of you come into shoulder stand. Or some of you are just staying there with your feet up, and that's fine. It's just to reverse the blood flow. And you could pause the video, go as slowly as you want through this. I like to bend the knees. I like Karnapidasana here. Feels nice in the back. But we'll all meet here. And then from here, we'll come down. We'll lift the hips up. Let's shift them to the left. Let the knees come up. We'll finish in a twist. Take the knees over. Slowly rolling this left shoulder open. Just rolling the shoulder open. Just feeling the beauty of the twist, where you're not pushing hard. You're just letting the breath take you around. And then coming back. Lift the hips up. Shift to the right. Knees come up. Knees go over. Roll that right shoulder open. You could take your gaze to the right if that felt good. And breathing. The beauty in this pose is that you're not pushing. Just releasing. Letting everything come back. And take a moment. And you can pull in. And then release out. And find the beauty in Shavasana, corpse pose, where you just become your soul. And you are beauty. And you can stay here as long as you'd like and pause the video. I'm going to go through some inspirational quotes on beauty. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. The most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence rooted in kindness. Beauty is how you feel inside, and it reflects in your eyes. It is not something physical. There is a beauty in simplicity, in slowing down, in being fully present for this one breath, this one moment. So let this theme of beauty, inner beauty, resonate in everything you do. Namaste.